So after the third race of the 32nd Copa del Rey MAPFRE here on the Bay of Palma, it's RAN Racing which remain unbeaten after a remarkable third win in a row. RAN Racing came from behind and in fact were over the start line, 9th at the top mark, came from behind down the first run and got themselves up to second, chasing Azura. Then at the top mark, second time round, RAN were actually leading just as they approached the mark. Breeze died away almost entirely for them and Rio, who were side by side. That allowed Quantum Racing to come through and lead down the final run. But it wasn't over for RAN. They saw the breeze coming in from the left, coming down the final third of the run, and that just allowed RAN to power through Quantum Racing and keep their unbeaten record intact after 3 races here. And we're going to try for a third race today here at the 32nd Copa del Rey MAPFRE on Palma. So then a win for Quantum Racing in the third and final race of the day here at the 32nd Copa del Rey MAPFRE. Takes the American team into the overall lead with RAN Racing. 3 wins so far, but finishing 6th in that race, and that drops them to 2nd overall. Quantum Racing were a little bit sharper off the start line, made a better start, got out to the left into the slightly better breeze and led all the way around the course. In contrast, RAN Racing were a little bit stuck in the traffic, not in the best breeze, went round the top mark in 8th. Did manage to recover to 6th place by the finish line. Overall then, Quantum Racing leading the regatta on 8 points, RAN Racing the second on 9 points, just 1 point behind. Azura, not a good race there, lying third now on 16 points, and Rio pretty steady through this regatta so far, 4th on 17 points.
It was kind of more of a day of survival that I think of doing great.
In the same breath, it's not that hard to stay focused because there's a lot to play for, and you know, the nice thing about sailing with really good people is they keep cracking the whip on you.
We had a great day, kicked it off with another win, which we're pretty happy about. Kind of feel like we were getting some lucky breaks that maybe we didn't get in Ibiza.
It was a long, hot day, and you know, we did quite good work today. Ed and Warwick and Jonesy and Lorenzo had the boat going really nicely through the water.
Had a good day. It was nice because the course gave us a bunch of options with the shifts. It wasn't left, wasn't right. There was a little bit of everything, and we were able to pick a few, and the boat kept going better and better every day.
But it's nice not to be out of the game, so it's nice to be, yeah, sure, a point from the lead. That's great. That means we haven't lost it yet. So, yeah. We certainly haven't won it, but we haven't lost it either. So we're still in the hunt, and that's all we're after. And if we can go into the last day in the hunt, that's always our objective.
It's the second day of the 32 Copa del Rey MAPFRE, and with the sun shining and the promise of a good breeze, there could not be a better start to the day for the more than 110 boats competing here. This year sees the most international fleet in the history of this regatta, and the teams were eager to get racing. The conditions were light during the morning, but all fleets were at their assigned racing areas and ready to sail without any delay as the sea breeze kicked in, allowing all fleets to start on time. On the Alpha course, there were the X35 and J80 fleets, with 12 and 14 teams competing in each class respectively. They were the only two classes that managed to finish 2 races yesterday, and with another 2 today, they had a full racing schedule ahead. The ORC1 and ORC2 classes have the biggest number of participants, with the ORC1 class reaching 36 boats. The crowded start really pushed the teams and their boats to the limit, which made for some great viewing. The spectacle continued as the breeze picked up to 14 knots, providing ideal sailing conditions with close battles between the boats and many tight roundings. ORC1 had 4 races to complete today, and ORC2 another 3. Rats on Fire came out on top in the ORC1, as did Movistar in the ORC2 class. There was enough wind for all of the classes to complete the remaining races. On the Bravo racecourse, the IRC and Soto 40s offered up some thrilling moments for spectators with fast spinnaker drops and packed roundings. Meanwhile, it was all eyes on the water in the TP52 fleet, where Ran continued to dominate, scoring 2 bullets, but a 5th place in the 3rd race dropped them into 2nd overall behind Quantum Team. After a long and tiring day for the crews, it was time to rest, recover and get ready for tomorrow, when the coastal race is scheduled for the IRC and Soto 40s. The races have only just begun for the 32 Copa del Rey MAPFRE Regatta, so stay tuned for more action tomorrow.